Cross platform gaming is supposed to bring us all together, but not every game nails it. Some are smooth, some are broken, and others are absolute disasters. Today, I'm going to be ranking the biggest crossplay games and cloud games from S to D tier. By the end of this video, you're going to know which ones are worth your actual time. We're going to start with Fortnite. Of course, you got to go to the bread and butter game. It's a pretty broad crossplay game for PC, console, even mobile. It's got frequent updates, strong community. The items and cosmetics sync to every single account, but they do got cons. The mobile and the touch controls have notoriously not been that good. Everybody knows that. The PC aim disparity, sometimes the visuals, and I want to touch on the PC aim disparity. It is huge. You'll never be able to aim as good as anybody on PC, but it still is a pretty good game. Sometimes the frame rate gets lower on the mobile. Input lag is there too. So especially if you're streaming this game like on the cloud, Xbox Game Pass or anything like that, you will notice the input lag. So I probably wouldn't play it competitive. It's great for social and casual though, but it is still one of the best examples of crossplay done well. So with that being said, I am gonna have to put this game in the S tier. There's just no way it don't go in the S tier. Moving on to the next game, we got Rocket League. It is a highly optimized across every single platform. I've never seen it really be that bad. It's got pretty consistent updates, good experience playing regardless of the platform that you're playing on. But it's pretty solid if I had to guess on the lower power devices because I know that it does not require like that much. Even Fortnite has started to get a little unoptimized when it comes to that, but it's not that bad. Now it is super competitive. The players often prefer the higher FPS, better input devices. Sometimes the visual fidelity is not that good, and the resolution drops on Switch or the lower tier hardware, like super low, is noticeable. I will admit that. But it doesn't really matter. It's still pretty strong. The slight trade offs don't compare with the overall game in general. So I do want to put this in the A tier. I feel like it definitely deserves a spot there. The next game we're going to go to is No Man's Sky. So No Man's Sky, it's got cross saves and cross play, pretty consistent updates. We're seeing a theme there. It's got good experience playing with others, regardless of the platform. It really does not matter. Some games I actually do have a pretty rough time trying to stay in the cross progression and the cross play side of things. It really just kind of makes it a chore, but No Man's Sky does a pretty good job. Now, the cons of it, it's got huge worlds, so the loading time is not it's not as ideal. Streaming asset issues on some hardware is definitely there because of the large worlds. The visual compromises on mobiles are definitely noticeable. You can definitely see that they cut some corners on mobile, which you have to. But it's the less powerful systems. You can definitely tell that there's a little bit of FPS drops here and there. But it really is a huge game. Not even gonna lie. The fact that they even got it anywhere else, especially on the cloud gaming systems, is huge. So I think it deserves high marks for the scopes and functionality. I don't really care what any other people say. I still think that this is a tier game for sure. So, moving on, we're gonna go to Split Fiction. Split Fiction is a game that me and my friend beat within like 2 to 3 weeks. Love the game. It really is awesome. You have to experience it if you have not experienced it. I think they're actually making a movie about this game. So it's newly released and is built with cross-platform in mind. They got this thing that's really interesting. It's called the Friend Pass. Free co-op for your friends, even if they don't have the game, which means only one person needs to purchase the game and you will both be able to play it. You heard me. That's something that other companies need to catch on to because that is literally amazing. Now, yeah, this game was made with co-op in mind, so the cons of this is literally only co-op. You cannot play in solo, which kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, does it because like it was literally made for that. Like that's really the appeal. It might not push the tech limits on all the platforms, and that's fine. Like it really does not matter. Like you have to experience this game. It actually is so much fun, and the fact that you can play it on cloud and cross platform, it really is one of the best cross platform games that you can play. It's not universally massive though, so with that being said, I would put it in the B tier. It can deserve an A tier, but it is only co-op, so you do need a friend. But it's still an amazing game. Definitely deserves a B tier. The next game we're gonna go over is Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla's been around for a pretty long time. Everybody and their mama has at least tried Brawlhalla. It's somewhat like Super Smash Brothers, but it's fully cross-platform. I mean, it's been around long enough. It works on the low spec devices and it's free to play. Lightweight, fun, lots of players, tons of players. Now I will admit the cons for it is really like the art and the graphics. It's not necessarily cutting edge, although I don't think it really needs to be, but it's got input differences. They're still noticeable. Sometimes the matchmaking and the lag issues are on the weaker devices, so you are gonna maybe take a little bit more time to find a match, especially if you're playing like any kind of ranked. Those things will happen, but I mean it's a game that's been around for a pretty long time, and it's just solid. It's just fair. There's no reason why I shouldn't put this game in the B tier because it definitely deserves that. It's been around for a pretty long time. And I mean, I can respect it. Now, truly, I can respect it. Now, next game is Call of Duty Black Ops 6, popular AAA shooter. Everybody knows Call of Duty Black Ops 6. They have multiple Call of Duties that's cloud based gaming, and it surprisingly handles somewhat well on the high end consoles, but it can fall off on the lower end consoles. Super high graphics, it's fast paced. Um, Now, the potential for the balance issues between PC and console can be there. I've had many friends tell me that, oh, I'm lagging, I'm this, I'm that, and it's not their internet. I know it's not their internet. They got ping disparities. The ping that could be is what they was talking about, but I can definitely say that Call of Duty is a AAA title. I feel like they definitely should be able to fix some of this stuff, but it really is a huge game. So you really gotta think about that. They're gonna have performance drops on the less powerful hardware, maybe your phone if the phone is not one of the newest phones or anything like that, maybe even an iPad if you plan on that. It's gonna have that, but I still think that it's a solid game in general. Like everybody's gonna wanna play a Call of Duty game here or there. So with that being said, I feel like it's solid. It's definitely in the B tier, and nothing can really take away from that. I mean, it's Call of Duty. The next game is Helldivers 2. Now it's got multiplayer across um, console and PC. It's a fun grind, co-op, good polish in a lot of the areas. They actually upgraded the game a considerable amount from when it first started, and it's just so much fun, honestly. Now, the early server and the launch problems did get reported, but like I said, they have been working on that. They've been fixing on that. The performance issues for a lot of players are it's probably not that optimized for cloud. I think the low end as well, it's really not as optimized as it could be. But I feel like Helldivers is going to be around for a pretty long time, and they are always listening to their community. They got a pretty niche community, but they get listened to. Like they for the most part they get listened to. And the fact that they are trying to keep this on the cloud so you can stream it from your phone, you can stream it from anything that just handles any kind of cloud based gaming, it's definitely not that bad, but they do got some problems. It's a great game, but the cross platform and the cloud experience, it's got some rough edges. It's got some rough edges. So this is the first game I will be putting in the C tier as far as enjoyment. And the very last game is Fall Guys. I'm not a huge fan of Fall Guys. I feel like when it first came out, it was almost like you played Among Us and enjoyed it, or you played Fall Guys not long after that and you literally hated it. And I was one of those people that not necessarily hated it, it just wasn't my style. But they have come out with it for the cloud game. And it definitely is a cross platform game, which is the point of this tier list. Now, it's cute, it's got fun party game, it works well for the casual social players. Great for lighter hardware, which is great. Should be because the graphics aren't that demanding. Now it's got some performance drops. You're gonna notice some frame rate issues too, especially in the crowded rounds. Like whenever everybody's like really crowded up trying to do something at the same time. The Switch and the mobile also sometimes suffer. That's unfortunate, but like sometimes that's just gonna happen. The PC players have a significant input in FPS advantage. They will almost never be able to miss a jump or miss a move or just miss a platform or anything like that. Most of the time, you want to just be playing this with some friends who's just playing it for fun. I haven't heard nobody in real life say, "Hey, jump on that ball, guys." You know what I'm saying? But I still do think that it is fun, accessible, but it's a slippery slope when you compare it across devices. But it still is crossplay at the end of the day. So with that, I'm gonna put it in the C tier. No games for D tier, funny enough, but these are the games for crossplay in a tier list that I think is worth your time. If you have any comments or questions about how this tier list was made, let me know. Let me know what games you guys are playing the most amount of this because these are worth your time. It was awesome to be able to hook up Xbox Game Pass or cloud gaming to my phone and literally just be able to launch any of these games straight from my phone. I plugged up my controller and I was good to go with most of these games, and they were just awesome experience. I really enjoyed it. So to the next tier list, Fila out.